gentlemen of the internet, how are you guys doing? My name is Matt LeGrand, and today we are reviewing the Velocity goggles from TYR. And I actually did pay for these goggles with my own money. TYR did not actually send this particular pair to me, and they are not compensating me for this video in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And they don't get to review this video before it gets posted to you guys. So in this video, we're gonna talk about all the details of the goggles. We'll talk about things like the visibility of the goggles, the overall fit and feel of the goggles, whether they leak, things like that, and definitely whether you should consider buying these particular goggles. And even though I paid for these goggles myself, at the end of this video, we're gonna talk about how you can win these babies for free for yourself. All right, these goggles weigh in at about 1.3 ounces, which is pretty similar to a lot of the goggles that we've been testing recently. They don't feel heavy or bulky at all whatsoever. The viewable height on these goggles is about 27 millimeters and 37 millimeters wide. These goggles normally cost about 18 bucks, but I did notice that they're on sale currently on TYR's website. I don't know how long that will last, but they happen to be on sale for 10 bucks, and I'll be sure to link directly to that sale item in the description of this video. But I'll also link to some other color options on Amazon. There's a cool ice blue mirrored version that I think is nice. And the Amazon links will be affiliate links. So thanks in advance if you guys choose to go ahead and use that option. And typically mirrored goggles cost, somewhere between like 3 and 5 bucks extra. But in this particular case, it doesn't seem that the mirrored versions cost all that much more than the clear versions. In fact, I actually saw many times where the mirrored version was less than the clear versions, which is very unusual. When I swam with these goggles, I felt like the visibility was excellent. I was able to see swimmers in either lane absolutely blowing me out of the water as I tried my best and failed to keep up. And crying in these goggles does definitely affect the visibility. I can't really blame TYR for that. That kind of feels like it's all on me. But there was some fogging issues that I noticed with the goggles. I think the anti-fogging coating just wore off a little bit faster on this particular goggles. And it's been my experience that with goggles, anti-fogging, it's just one of those things where they all tend to work really well until they don't. And I would just expect, 1 to 2 weeks of good anti-fogging before that is no more and you really need to kind of reapply something of your own. So I usually don't really use it as much of a differentiating factor when doing these goggle reviews. And I thought the fit on these goggles was solid. I would describe them as having a very similar fit to something like the Speedo Vanquisher, if you're familiar with that particular goggle. I didn't experience any leaking at all. Just overall solid experience as far as the fit goes. They seem to keep the chlorine out for sure, the tears in. And so I would say, no problems whatsoever with fit or leak with these goggles. So I don't have much of a hesitation on recommending these goggles. They just work. If you're looking for a pair of like day-to-day goggles that just work like this, I'd suggest definitely considering these. It's a solid goggle at a solid price. I didn't go crazy and do a ton of miles in these particular goggles, roughly about 5K total. And I just figured whoever is gonna end up winning these goggles probably doesn't want me to wear them too terribly much. But if you're considering goggles and you're trying to figure out which particular goggle to buy, I had zero problems with these whatsoever. Just kind of an excellent all-around option. And to win these goggles, all you have to do is drop below in the comments section of this particular video and tell me about one of your favorite swim workouts. Just a particular set that you found helpful or one that you think is worth mentioning. And I'll give this video about 2 or 3 weeks, and then I'll randomly generate a number and pick that particular comment. And then I'll just get in touch with you, get your address, and ship these off to you. And I'm in the middle of a series where I'm actually reviewing a ton of different goggles, and I'm actually giving giving most of these away. So be sure to check some of the recent videos, hop in there and definitely participate. And I'll also be posting tons of triathlon related tips and tricks, so definitely consider subscribing. And as always, I really do appreciate you guys taking the time to watch these videos, and we will see you guys on the next one.